Hello everyone. Today I don't want to talk about a Pixar movie. I know, shocker. But today I'm going to talk about a Brad Bird movie, which I can connect it to Pixar because technically he directed Incredibles and Ratatouille, two of the best Pixar movies. And there are some Easter eggs in this movie for those two movies. So, yeah, but today I'm going to talk about Tomorrowland, which there's this like series of videos on YouTube that's like Disney's failed next big thing, which I think are really interesting. You should definitely go check out those videos. But I watched one about Tomorrowland and then proceeded to watch the movie. Well, I didn't proceed to watch the movie, I proceeded to watch half the movie, buy the Blu-ray, and then finish watching the movie because, yeah. Alright, I think this movie is actually pretty good. It's really confusing and really weird and kind of bad at times, but it's actually a really fun and decent watch. So yeah. First thing is that I think this movie has some really good themes of like the future and how we perceive it and how we can actually like change our future. I think that's actually a really, really good message and some really good themes. And like most Brad Bird movies, it executes it perfectly. With almost zero flaws, and while there is a monologue about it, which I find really, I swear, Incredibles 2 in this movie, it's like, literally Brad Bird, in The Incredibles, Syndrome made fun of monologuing, and yet you just freely have your villains monologue in two of your other movies. Anyway, yeah, the themes are really good. And the character, most of the characters, actually, are pretty good. I do like the main girl and Frank. Cassie's the main girl's name. I like Cassie and Frank. Athena is definitely the best part of this movie. One of the best characters in this movie, and I think she's definitely my favorite character in this whole movie. She's funny, her death scene's actually really emotional, and her relationship with Frank is really nice, and helps contribute to Frank's actually really good arc. Cassie's not much of a character, though. She's a good character, but like, she's kind of just a vessel for Frank. I think they should have just made Frank the main character, but Cassie's still a pretty fine character. Now, the first half is really slow. I really like the flashback at the beginning, but the other parts of the first half of the movie are just really slow and kind of boring. But then the second half, on the contrary, feels really rushed, and it's really hard to believe this movie is 2 hours long. But, yeah, the villain's also kind of weird and unnecessary, but he could have been better, but he's a fine antagonist, I guess. The visuals are nice for a live-action movie. I really like Tomorrowland and the retro futurism part of it. I really like just, like, the 1950s aesthetics in general, so, yeah. Some of the characters feel really unnecessary, like Cassie's, father and brother. Like, they don't add anything to the story at all. And personally, I think that Cassie should have just been Frank's daughter, if I'm going to be completely honest. And some of the side characters are nice, but also kind of unnecessary. The score is great. Can't go wrong with the Michael Giacchino score. It takes too long, and it doesn't do much with the titular Tomorrowland. And honestly, I find it really ironic that Tomorrowland, as like a theme park land, has an identity crisis and doesn't really know what it is. And same with this movie. This movie is also just really all over the place at certain times, and I don't know if that was the point, but like, it just feels kind of all over the place. And yeah, honestly, like, there are definitely a lot of things this movie could have done better, but in general, I weirdly like it. This movie is kind of confusing with logic and lore, too, but in general, I don't even want to say I ironically like it, because I actually like it for some reason. Like, it's a good movie that I would rewatch again, and, like, it's not perfect, but it's also not bad. Like, I like it. And, like, it definitely has its flaws that I'm not gonna be, like, hiding that there are flaws, but, like, in general, this movie is good. Like, there are ways it could have been better, but for what it is, and if you don't think about some aspects for too long, it's actually a really good movie. with great characters, really good themes, and yeah, it could have been better, but it's still a good movie. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed my little review of one of Brad Bird's other movies. So yeah.